Okay, now we discuss about the round robin scheduling algorithm. Round robin scheduling algorithm. In a priority scheduling algorithm, we give the priority to the processes so that the process is executed first, second, third, so on. But in round robin scheduling algorithm, first a time quantum is specified. So what is meant by time quantum? Time quantum is nothing but a time. So how much time the respected process is to be executed is called as time quantum. So consider the processes P1, P2 and P3. So P1 burst time is 10 seconds, P2 burst time is 15 seconds, P3 burst time is considered 4 seconds. Okay. Now here consider this as 8 seconds. Assume. Now what is the time quantum? Time quantum is 2 seconds. That means here each and every process has to be executed only for 2 seconds. Then only the next repetition will be started. But which process is selected first? Anyhow we are saying that time quantum is given for 2 seconds. So each and every process has to execute for 2 seconds. So it follows the rule of FCFS. That means first come, first serve scheduling algorithm. So which process is come to the queue first? That process is executed first. Clear? Now, so which process is come to the queue first? P1. P1 came to the queue and it starts execution of its process. So the waiting time of P1 is 0. Now, how much time it has to execute the task? Only for 2 seconds. Even though it has time to complete 8 seconds, but it has to complete the task by 2 seconds only. So, 2 seconds P1 is executed. Now, how much time left for P1? 6 seconds. Next, FCFS, according to the FCFS, P2 came to the queue next. P2. So, how much time it executes? It executes for 2 seconds. So, that will be 2. Now, 4, 15 minus 2, 13. Next, P3 will join to the queue. Now it executes 6. It executes its 2 seconds of process. Right? Now P1, P2, P3, all the process of queue are completed. Again start the process. Now first P1 came to the queue. Right? P1, how much time it has to execute? Only for 2 seconds. Now 8. 6 minus 2, 4. Now P2. So how much time P2 has to execute? Only for 2 seconds. All the processes will allot the same time. So now that becomes what? 11. Next P3. So P3 also want to execute for 2 seconds only. 0. Now the task of P3 is completed. Now which process is there? P1. Now P1 is there and that is executed for 2 seconds. Next which process is there? P2. So P2 executes for 2 seconds. 9. Next P1, that becomes 18. Next 2 minus 2, 0. Now P1 is also over. Now last time P2 is completed. 18 plus 9, 27. Clear? So this is a round robin scheduling algorithm. If the time quantum is very less, so each and every process may execute different number of times. So this is the natural preparation for the round robin scheduling algorithm. Now we calculate the average waiting time. So how to calculate the average waiting time? What is mean by average waiting time? Average waiting time is nothing but how much time it has to wait to start its execution process. So P1 want to wait how much time? P1 want to wait for 0 and P2 want to wait for 2 seconds. P3 want to wait for 4 seconds. So average waiting time 0 plus 2 plus 4 by number of process 3. 6 by 3, that is 2. So averagely 2 seconds each and every process has to wait in the queue. So this round robin scheduling algorithm is a preemptive scheduling algorithm. Preemptive scheduling algorithm. Why? Because So before completing of process 1, P2 is entered. Before completing of process 2, P3 is entered. Before completing of process 3, again P1 is entered. That means we are not completing a particular process. Each and every time the process is jumped and another process came to the CPU. So this process we call it as a preemptive scheduling algorithm. Clear? Now